Simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there with the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
The government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? There is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about.
This is Jared Bernstein, a moron. He is the president's chief economic advisor. Can you imagine how dangerous that is? This guy is the one who's setting the economic policies for our president. He doesn't understand how the money works. Here's what you need to tell him. What drives this entire stock market since 2008 is increasing money supply. When you keep printing money so that they can take that money and buy treasuries to keep interest rates down, to drive yields down, so the Federal Reserve also will take their yields, drive them down to near zero. They kept rates from 2009 at 0.008 all the way up to 2022, 0.084. So from 2009 to 2022, they kept rates at zero. Only a couple of times did they vary from that. Once was at 1.58. That didn't last long. As soon as the market started to pull back, Yellen went right back to zero again. It's unbelievable. This guy has no understanding of money and money supply. So I thought I'd talk about that a little bit today because it's really important. And it just amazes me he knows nothing about this. So again, money supply, okay, is really important. Now, the policy of printing money to increase the supply of money, to protect us. Remember, every time you print money to increase the supply of money, that's very inflationary. So in order to keep inflation down, it used to be, that the only time you would print it is under a policy of what we call supply and demand, meaning that you'd only print money when the supply of money was getting lower due to spending, due to people having good full-time jobs, not the crap part-time jobs they got now, and you have a good, strong economy. So when you have a good, strong economy with good full-time jobs, not like now they're all part-time crap jobs. When you have a scenario of good full-time jobs, strong economy, that creates a demand for additional money because people are spending. And it would always be met where they would start printing the money and the demand for that money would be met. But what happened is under Obama, when Obama became president in 2009, right after the crisis, remember he ran for election right in the middle of the crisis of 2008, 2009, created by Bush, baby Bush. So when he did that, his whole team, okay, which was the same team, remember, that used to work for Bill Clinton, okay, and then some of those guys went to start to work for Clinton, then they went to Bush, and these are the same guys that caused the 2008 crash, 2009 crash. So, in other words, they decided to change the policy once Obama got into office and he was in the middle of this crisis. He decided, let's print money all the time so that we can keep buying treasuries to bring interest rates down, and we can create an economy that a stock market that will go up. And then people will see the stock market go up, and they'll really think the economy is doing well, when really the economy doesn't reflect, the stock market doesn't reflect how the economy is doing. So that's what they started to do, and that became very, very dangerous. So money supply, as long as you are printing money when we have, a good demand, and you don't necessarily only, again, and demand means when your economy is really good and people have real good jobs and they're out there spending, and you go ahead and replenish the money, they go spend again, you replenish it, that's great. But when they came in, they said, no, let's print money all the time. Let's print money all the time. When he got into office, well, you can't do that because the supply and demand policy protected us from inflation, because the only time you really want to print money was when there is a need, when there's demand. And the kind of demand, you want good demand. You want demand where, as I said, people have good jobs and they have a good economy and inflation's low and they keep spending, and then all of a sudden the supply is down, they replenish it, they keep spending. And that way there you could curtail inflation. Now, what Obama did, he comes in with Biden, and they threw that policy out. And they said, look, let's start printing money for QE. What we can do, we can trick everybody in 2009. We'll print all this money, and we'll get the stock market going. We'll just keep printing it, and then we'll give the money to the CEOs, and the CEOs can buy their own stock. And when they buy their own shares, outstanding shares, that will send their earnings up and push up their stock price. But the problem with that, when they buy their own shares, reduce the amount of outstanding shares, and it pushes up earnings, that's called unearned increment. So you got earnings going up that's fake. You want earnings to go up based on productivity. But so from 2009 all the way up to January 2022, that's how they're able to rally the market. The NASDAQ 1,200% and the S&P 600%, because they changed the policy of money, the money supply. They threw away the supply and demand policy. And they said, and every time the market goes down, when it pulls back a little bit, we'll stop it from going down, we'll stop it from crashing or giving us a big correction. We'll just come in and we'll print more money. And we'll take that money and we'll give it to the three biggest investment banks, and they'll go buy shares for the Federal Reserve. And who are those banks? Well, it's JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, the Bank of America, the biggest shareholders of the Federal Reserve, and who controls the Federal Reserve. So that's why we're in such a mess now, because of what Obama did going all the way back in 2009, and we can't get rid of this inflation. He destroyed this whole economy. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro. Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. If you invest in the stock market, take a moment for this important advice.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You've got to stop listening to the fake business news networks because they tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear.
Phil Grande guides you step by step on investing.
You're going to know exactly what the tone of the market is. Do I sell? Do I not sell? Do I buy?
All you need to know is philsgang.com.
Check it out, philsgang.com, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. It's free for 10 days. And we've been really doing well with oil and gold. That's right. Our gold stocks, we got in early before anybody else did. And our gold stocks have been up anywhere between 15 and 27%. Our oil stocks, same thing. We got into those oil stocks before anybody else did, and we had the same kind of returns, 19%, 16%, 20%. And that's the idea when you're, when you're investing in stocks, you got to be in stocks that nobody wants. You got to get them early. Example, everybody now is out buying tech stocks again. Why? They out of their minds. And what people don't understand, that they say how resilient this economy is. It's all I'm hearing, how resilient this market is. Resilient. What do you mean resilient? This market's not resilient. How can you call it resilient? What drives the market is not productivity. It's not increased earnings. That's what's supposed to drive this market. Increased earnings, increased productivity, strong jobs, control inflation, might control your money printing. None of that's happening. It's really interesting. The inflation and the economic pain that we're feeling because they're printing too much money has caused inflation to go up 19% since Biden's been in office. 19%. To today, we're up 19%. Net income's down 4.5%. Median home prices are up 30%. Mortgage rates are up 175%. Mortgage payments are up 141%. Electricity's up 30%. If you're building a new home and you need an AC system, it's up 37%. Building materials up 28%. Household appliances up 22%. And get this crap. Biden, with his green energy crap, he now has a mandatory energy conservation code. So every builder of a new home is going to cost that builder $36,000 more. Now, he's going to pass that on to the customers. And all you hear about, we need affordable housing. We need affordable housing. You dumbbells. I mean, this administration is unbelievable. Now, this pain that we're feeling, where did this come from? Where did it come from? Well, you got to go back. You got to go back to President Clinton. He started it all. Yeah. Look. When his White House economic team repealed the Glass-Steagall Act, and that was in 1933. And that, remember, we had the 1929 crash. And then the Glass-Steagall Act came in 1933. And that meant we put handcuffs on the banksters on Wall Street. They couldn't go in and screw around and take your money and put it into high-risk deals. For 66 years, under the Glass-Steagall that was signed in 1933, 66 years, we didn't have any economic crises because we handcuffed these, I don't even want to use the word, we handcuffed these banker gangsters until Clinton. Remember, it was Clinton, his White House economic team, who repealed it in 1999. And now remember, 66 years, we have no problem. Everything's fine. And then Clinton and his Wall Street team decides to get rid of it because they couldn't go into your check account, take your money, and go do some speculative deal. They couldn't take, a bank no longer could take your insurance, the money you paid for your insurance, and use that. See, they could go right into your account and take your money. No, that was done. Well, they didn't like that. So they repealed it. It only took 9 years. They repealed it in 1999. It only took 9 years after they repealed Glass-Steagall Act for the recession in 2008 that led us into one of the worst economic crises of ever. So think about it. 66 years, no problems. Boom, they get rid of Glass-Steagall. Boom, 9 years later, we're in this massive recession. That massive recession led us to the worst economic crises ever. under George G.W. Bush. Housing crisis, economic crisis. And it was, and his economic team, remember what his economic team, which, remember, Bush packed with Wall Street players. Rubin, Hank Paulson, Tim Geithner, Larry Summers. It was those guys that, and some of those guys worked to repeal the Glass-Steagall Act, but it was those guys who caused the 2008-2009 crash, which wiped out about, $8 trillion in the stock market, $14 trillion in the housing market, wiped everybody out. It was those guys from Wall Street. It was their idea. These guys came in and they caused, after the Glass-Steagall Act was gone, they're the one that caused the crises. They're the one that caused the recession. And then we had the housing and all that. But here's what was awful. After Bush was out of office and he left the mess, Obama goes in. But remember, Obama and Biden were campaigning in the aftermath of 2008-2029 economic crisis, and they were campaigning on the promise that you elect us, that we'll take Wall Street and the players who are responsible for the 2008-2009 crises, and we're going to reel them in. We are going to reel them in. We're going to get them for you. That's how they won. That's how they won the election, with that promise. Do you imagine? I mean, 14 million homes were foreclosed on, for God's sake. So people are angry. They said, okay, I'm going to vote for you.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang give platinum-level service and stock recommendations. It's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. When the stock market is volatile, How do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
No president's had the run we've had in terms of creating jobs and bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be
9%?
medicated.
He's a liar. 9%? That's not true. When he came into office, inflation was at 1.4%. Under him, inflation is now up 19%. That's not my number. That's the government's number. That's the government's number, not mine. Now, so again, we got this rally going now, which is really a joke. Because think about this for a moment. As I said, when you go back and Clinton and his economic team took our safeguard away with Glass-Steagall, after 66 years, no problems. In 9 years, we have a major problem, huge recession that then turned around and led us into one of the worst economic crises. As a result, we lost $11 trillion in household wealth, $8 trillion in stock value, $3 trillion in home equity, and 3.1 million homes were foreclosed on, and that was all Bush's fault. That was his fault. So, when Obama comes in now, he's going to change the rules. He's going to change the rules. And again, the guys that caused the 11 trillion loss in households, 8 trillion in stock value, 3 trillion in home equity losses, 3.1 million homes foreclosed on, those guys, those exact guys, Rubin, Paulson, Geithner, Larry Summers, they were Bush's economic White House team. So, again, going back to Obama and Biden, they run for president right in the middle of all this craziness going on. Right? We had the crash, and so these guys decide they're going to run, and they're smart because all they had to say to everybody, hey, we're going to take care of you. I know you have pain. I know your house is foreclosed on. I know you're losing your home. We're going to get these guys. We're going to rein in Wall Street. We're going to rein in the very guys in Wall Street who created this. And who are they? The guys, these Rubin, Paulson, Geithner, and Summers. On that, he wins. Obama and Biden win. The minute they go into the White House, they do an about face after winning the election on that promise. Both Biden and Obama, they did the most dramatic about face in political history. They packed their White House team with the same guys. So here they're telling everybody, we know your pain. You 3.1 million, you lost your home, was foreclosed on. You lost $8 trillion in the stock market. You lost $3 trillion equity in your home. We're going to take care of these guys. We're going to rein in Wall Street. As soon as they get in office, Obama and Biden say, screw you, voters. We're going to take Rubin and Paulson and Geithner and Summer, who caused this, and we're putting them on our White House team. Yeah, that's what they did. Are you kidding me? And then what'd they do? They made changes. First change, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup gets control of the White House, gets control of the Federal Reserve. They end up with 56% of the stock. Next change, let's get rid of price discovery, and we'll change it to price accommodation. What's that mean? We're going to accommodate Wall Street prices. So, in other words, every time the market goes down, or interest rates go up rather, then what we're going to do is reduce them. You always hear Powell say, "Oh, we're going to continue with price accommodation. Price accommodation. That means keep interest rates low for who? For Wall Street." So they changed price discovery in the market, which means you and I would decide what the price of a stock would be, bidding against each other. That's the way it used to be for 200 years. They come in and say, let's get rid of that. Let's change it to price accommodation, where a central authority sets the price. Who's that? The plunger protection team, which is the president, secretary of Treasury, chair of the Fed, chair of the SEC, chair of the Futures Trading Commission. And so that group decides what the prices are going to be. That's right. But who really sets the price? J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and Citigroup. They set the price. Then they turn around, and now they throw all that out. This is 2008, right before they started QE. Then they said, we're going to change money supply. We're going to get rid of the increase in money supply only when there's supply and demand. We're going to get rid of that. In other words, as I said a moment ago, the only time you would increase the supply of money is when we had a good economy. And because we have a great economy and great jobs, all of a sudden the supply of money starts going down because people are spending. They're spending, so supply goes down. So let's say the only thing you could buy in the world is bicycles. All of a sudden, bicycles, they start going down. So you replenish the money so people go manufacture more bicycles, right? And so there would be no inflation. So Federal Reserve would continue to print money. And so the economy, here we are, we're sitting here. They said, we want to print money anytime. We don't want to be tied to supply and demand. We don't want to be under the gun where the only time you increase the supply of money is if people are spending and the economy's good. And no other time do you print money. No, we're going to change that. We want to print money anytime we want. And what we'll do, we'll start QE. What we'll do is we'll print money, and massive money. We'll go and buy treasuries, and then by buying treasuries, we'll drop yields. And then the Federal Reserve will turn around and drop their rate. And all of a sudden, rates are at zero. That's how this whole fraud started. They changed money supply policy. No longer would they only print money when the supply of money was being depleted for a good reason due to spending as a result of a healthy economy, good jobs, full-time jobs. They said, let's get rid of that. We want to print anytime we want. Well, the reason for the supply and demand policy, so you wouldn't do that. So you wouldn't create inflation, you greedy SOBs. And that's where the problem started. So now all of a sudden, we go from $8 trillion in printing money to $22 trillion. Are you nuts? And the stock market's going straight up from 2008 to 2022. 13 years. Interest rates, everybody made a fortune. But inflation's blowing up now, going crazy. And Biden comes in, he makes it worse. On Biden's watch, it goes up 19%. And he lies the other night and said, oh, no, when I came in, inflation was at 9%. I got it down. No, he didn't. So, but the funny part is that now, so when rates finally started to go up from 0 to 3.8%, the market dropped from January 2022 to October 2022. Everybody thought the market was going to continue to crash. No, they stopped the crash. Why? Because no longer do they have the policy of printing money based on supply and demand. They just said, let's print it and we'll buy stock and we'll make sure the market doesn't go down in October 2022. And the market starts to rally. When rates now are at 5%. How could that be? I'll tell you when we get back. Join my guest, free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grande.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
If you invest in the stock market, take a moment for this important advice.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You've got to stop listening to the fake business news networks because they tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear.
Phil Grande guides you step by step on investing.
You're going to know exactly what the tone of the market is. Do I sell? Do I not sell? Do I buy?
All you need to know is philsgang.com.
Check it out. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
You know, there's all kinds of services out there where they pick stocks for you and you pay for them. That's a joke. You join my gang, okay? We give you the best stocks, but we continue to mentor you. We just don't give you the list and charge you $300 or $150, all these services do. That's insane. We give you the stock, we give you the pick, and we mentor you through that pick. So you understand why you're buying it, why it's going up, or why it's going down. You understand. So here at Phil's gang, we've been doing this for over 22 years. Mentoring people who want to really learn how to make money in the stock market. So check it out, philsgang.com. It's free for 10 days. So let me summarize quickly because I'm running out of money, and this is important. So think about what happened. The same guys that get rid of Glass-Steagall. Boom. 66 years, not a problem. Boom, they get rid of Glass-Steagall. 9 years, just 9 years later, we have one of the worst economic crises ever, where we lost 11 trillion household wealth, 8 trillion stock value, 3 trillion home equity, 3.1 million home foreclosures. Now, Baby Bush comes into office, and he hires the Wall Street guys. Again, they hire these Wall Street guys. So they destroyed the market. I mean, it's unbelievable. Obama comes in, okay, after Biden destroys the market with his team of geniuses, Rubin and Paulson and Summers. And so Obama said, elect me. I'm going to get those guys. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to take care, I'm going to get these guys, put them in jail. What they did to you was terrible. Then he hires them. He lied to the voters. He hires them. Then what did they do then? Then they made things worse because they got rid of the money supply policy where they only could print money when there was supply and there was demand. They wanted to print money all the time. And that's why we got inflation. And think about this. By keeping interest rates from 0 in 2009 to 0 in 2022, yeah, the market went up 650%, the S&P. NASDAQ went up 1,300%. But guess what else went up? Massive inflation. Now what are they doing? This is the funny part. Now the market's rallying. But wait a minute. Think about this. No more are we at zero rates. Our rates are at 5%. So how could our market be going up at 5% when the market used to go up at zero? So why did we do all this money printing to get interest rates down to zero when all of a sudden today, market goes up anyways at 5%? Well, that's not what's happening. Behind the door, they're printing massive money. They're doing stock buybacks, and the bubble's even getting worse. But you can make money in these bubbles, especially when they start going down. Listen to this here. This is amazing.
Grocery prices are up 30%, more than 30%.
The fact is that if you take a look at what the people have, they have the money to spend. It angers them and angers me that you have to spend more.
Groceries up 30%, but people, oh, don't worry, people got the money, but they're just angry. They're not going to spend it. They got plenty of money, but they're angry. They're not going to spend it. Can you believe this guy? Unbelievable. Then listen to this.
No president's had the run we've had in terms of creating jobs and bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%.
A liar. 9%? No, it wasn't. 1.4%. Listen to this.
So when you talk about the economy, of course, it is by far the most important issue for voters. It's also true right now, Mr. President, that voters by a wide margin trust Trump more on the economy. They say that in polls. And part of the reason for that may be the numbers. And you're aware of many of these, of course. The cost of buying a home in the United States is double what it was when you look at your monthly costs from before the pandemic. Real income, when you account for inflation, is actually down since you took office. Economic growth last week, far short of expectations. Consumer confidence, maybe no surprise, is near a 2-year low. With less than 6 months to go to Election Day, are you worried that you're running out of time to turn that around?
We've already turned it around. Look, you look at them.
They already turned. Are you? They turned around. His 19% inflation, which is here today, he turned around. Net income's down 4.5%. He turned around. Median home prices up 30% under this guy. Mortgage rates up 176%. Oh, he turned that around. Did he turn electricity around? It's up 30%. How about home payments? Up 141%. Did he change that around? And how about right now he's doing a code, an environmental energy conservation code, that every home builder is going to cost $36,000, that builder, to comply with the energy conservation code. So he's going to take the $36,000 cost to him, he's going to add it on. Oh, he's turned this all around. Are you kidding me? Turned around? Calling the market most resilient ever is like calling Biden honest or stable. Turning around. He can't even turn around in a chair and not fall over. Why can't he just tell the truth and let's fix what has caused all this? And what's caused all this? We're printing money every day instead of going back to the policy of supply and demand. We supply money only when it gets depleted for a good reason. People have good full-time jobs, not these crappy part-time jobs, have good full-time jobs, and they're out consuming. And companies aren't buying their own shares back. Companies are taking that money and investing into new equipment and business investment. Someone's got to turn this around. But in the meantime, for us as investors, it doesn't matter because we make money no matter what these people do. Now, think about this. Maxine Waters, listen what she's saying. This is how nuts she is.
And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to...
Remember, she's a communist. Remember, she said, I'm going to take away from all the major oil, Exxon, I'm going to take all your company from you. And the government's going to own all your oil companies. Remember that? This nut job?
And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the Justice Department and I'm going to ask the President to tell us what they're going to do to protect this country against violence if he loses. I want to know about all of those right-wing organizations that he's connected with who are training up in the hills somewhere and targeting, what communities they're going to attack.
You sound insane. Do you realize that?
She's a congressman. And you want to know what else? She's a head of the Senate, the House Banking Committee. She makes the decisions on the Banking Committee. And this idiot, Jared Bernstein, he's the guy that makes decisions on policies. It was Jared Bernstein who came up with, again, the American COVID Rescue Plan, which was so inflationary, giving everybody $1,400. Everybody in the family got $1,400. Nobody had moratoriums on house payments, car payments, insurance. Are you kidding? People went nuts. They took the money and went spending it. But we couldn't produce fast to keep up with them. So people kept raising their prices. Why wouldn't you? If you have a $100 bike and you got 30 of them in your store and they're gone in 2 minutes, well, you raise your prices. You raise your prices. Think about this. We cannot get back the American COVID Rescue Plan. The inflation is so persistent. We can't get rid of that inflation. We can't get rid of it. That's why inflation, since the day he took office to today, is up 19%. Actually, it's up more than that, but let's use 19%. So as far as being investors, remember what I told my gang members before anybody else. I believe the next opportunity is shorting oil. I said that 6 days ago. And if you listen to me, if you joined the gang, guess what? Oil stocks went down, and they're still going down. That's what we do here at Phil's Gang. Our team, over 22 years, have been mentoring students. We just don't give you a stock. There's so many stock pick services that drive you nuts. What good is just getting a hot stock pick? We sit right next to you, with you, and we drive that stock together, and you're going to learn.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.